How are you doing today? It's been a while since I recorded my last video, and today I'm going to talk about one of the questions that I get asked frequently, and that is how do I get ideas or inspirations to create the artworks that I create? So let's talk about that today. So, any artist or any writer knows that it's not so easy to just look at the blank canvas or a blank sheet of paper and start creating or writing, right? We have to do a lot of work on trying to see what method works for us in taking the topics or the subjects of our creation. There's some people who go with portraits only, there are some who do landscapes, there's some who do abstracts, and everybody's wired differently. So today I'll talk about what works for me so far, and there could be 20 other ideas that work for different people. First one I would share is how beginners start, right? So when you're starting to paint or create art, even as a child or if you were grown up, it doesn't matter. But typically we learn the basics of perspective, composition, color theory, and all that. And we also study the masters, right? We look at the artist whose paintings inspire us or whose artworks we like. So, one easiest way to start and get topic ideas if you're blocked is to follow the masters. Try to replicate the works of any artist that you admire. However, do not call them your originals. Give proper credit where it's due. Use it for your practice so that you can decipher their painting techniques. You can understand how their mind worked or what kind of strokes they used. But that's a great way to basically take care of that daunting canvas that you have in front of you, and just start painting with something that you know is going to have a good result. The other way I find my topics is through my own reference pictures, the photos that I took of the subjects that I like. It could be flowers in my garden, it could be through my travel experiences. So there are a lot of pictures that we take constantly. And I like to use my own reference pictures because we know what we felt in that moment, and art is a lot about putting on paper what you felt. So that's a great way of doing it. I mean, I do use other people's photographs as well because there are many great photographers out there, and there's a lot of photographs which inspire an emotion to create something all the time. Just make sure, go ahead, do it. Just make sure the artist or the photographer is aware of this, and give proper credit where it's due because they're also artists and you don't want to not give them credit. So yeah, I do that as well. So reference photographs are a great way of getting ideas. I have a folder where I collect a lot of reference pictures, and I may end up painting only few of them, but it's just great to flip through that folder and see what is inspiring me in that given moment. Okay, another way that works for me is what I have named as intentional creating. We all know how law of attraction works. We set an intention and we believe in that result, and it happens. How I do intentional creating is if there's a strong emotion or a feeling or an event that I liked and I want to get my own views, my own imagination, my own figures or sketches out of it. I set that intention. I have to meditate on it, or I have to sleep over it. Set that intention, go to bed, and wait for the visions to come. Sleep with a notepad on the side, and trust me, you'll wake up with a lot of ideas. I'll give an example. So, my Urban Hues series, I started that back in 2009 and it still continues, is based on that concept. I was very intrigued by how we live in today's urban societies with a lot of materialism. We do need that. I mean, I love a great car. I would love a great house. But I'm also spiritual, and that was a contradiction that I really enjoyed showing in my artwork. So if you look at my Urban Hues series, I'll share the link below. You would see the progression of how uh, anybody who lives in urban environment evolves from being completely smitten to being materialistic to figuring out that's not what gives you happiness to actually being in a material world and still be spiritual. It is possible. We all do that because, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, yeah, that was how that one started. I set the intention. I did not know I was setting the intention at that time, but I really was inspired by that idea. So, I would keep thinking about that, and a lot of images would pop into my head, and I would capture some of them in my rough sketches, and then the ones I liked, I put them on canvas. Try that out. It's pretty powerful. It's very intuitive, and that's what makes it fun to try it. So number four, yeah, the way I've put it in my list, the way I get ideas is through color. Say there is a color you're totally smitten with at any given time. I'm using that word a lot this time, smitten. Okay, so yeah, if there's a color which is really calling to you, and it happens, I focus on that color. Put it on your palette or paint a color study of it with different hues and tints and mixes, and focus on that and see what ideas pop into your head, and then try to make a painting out of it. I'm talking about intuitive ideas this time and not the ones inspired by references or experiences. So this is another way I get a lot of intuitive ideas. I mean, there was a pink phase for me, magenta phase for me, and a lot of greens. But yeah, it works. It works. Try that as well. And the last method that I use a lot and I want to share here is something which I call auto painting. We've all heard of auto writing. Hopefully, we have. When we're trying to solve a problem in our life or when we're trying to find a solution to a dilemma, there is a concept that I have used a lot in the past, and it's called auto writing. You sit down with the paper and pen and you think about the decision that you're trying to take or the problem that you're trying to solve, and you just start writing without any judgment, without analyzing what you're thinking. Just start writing directly from your subconscious and see what comes out. Some A lot of times we don't even know what we're writing until we read it later, either that day or a few weeks down the line, and it just amazes you how profound those ideas were. That works for painting as well. I have used auto painting in my uh, topic finding days as well. I've just started painting uh, for 15, 20, 30 minutes, trying to be in that zone for as long as I could, and then take a step back and see what I want to do with that. And what the final work may look completely different, but the initial ideas, you know what you were thinking, and then that becomes a great source of inspiration. Those were the five methods of topic finding that I wanted to share today. Hope you enjoyed them. Hope you'll try some of them. A lot of them, at least three of them, were how I do my intuitive artwork, and I really enjoy doing that. So hopefully you'll find some of those ideas useful. And like I said, there are 100 different ways to get ideas. And please, if you have a unique way of finding a topic to paint or getting inspired, please do share with me. I would love to try it out. Leave your comment with that idea. Or if you liked one of my ideas, leave a comment as well. Thank you for watching this video. A lot of gratitude, love and light to you all.